Good. Drive time back at it again. So I've been kind of chill on the uploads just because, one, it's in the 90s in Michigan. And if you're from here, you know we don't do the 90s a whole lot. So been enjoying that, getting outside, working on the car, working on the house. Plus, summertime DJ business ramps up a lot. I get really busy. But been hearing something a lot lately, and I feel like I should touch on this just because I hear a lot of people get something really, really wrong. And I finally figured out a way to explain it so people will stop saying this wrong thing. There's this idea that in the day and time that we live in, women are no longer submissive. This is untrue. Now, a lot of people are going to blow up at me saying that it's untrue. On both sides. Men are going to vehemently disagree because they're around the women and they're like, no, they're not. They argumentative, they loud, they this, that, and the third. And you're right, but hear me out. And the women are going to say, it is true, we're not submissive because we don't have to be, because we make our own money and we blah, 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 blah. And that further proves my point, so hear me out. First of all, the idea of submission is a biblical idea because it's supposed to be for marriage. Marriage is a biblical construct. You can fight me all day about it. You'll still be wrong. That's where it comes from. God created it. It's His. He makes the rule. So, in that, there's a ranking. God, man, woman, child, family, and then it goes on from there. And so, you're supposed to submit to anything that outranks you. So, man submits to God, woman submits to husband, kids submit to mom, family is outside of that or whatever. So when people are saying women are submissive, what they're talking about is they don't have the submissive values within their marriage to their husband. But what's not being factored in is that they have traded their marriage to the man in their life, and they're just simply married to a corporation. Because if you look at all the women who you think about in this scenario where you're like, oh, I know a few of these women that absolutely ain't submissive. Do they do what they boss tell them to do? And to break it down even further, woman was meant to be a helpmate, meaning she's supposed to come along and help the man in her life achieve what his purpose is. Her purpose is to further his purpose. And you'll hear a lot of people say, no, my purpose is to further my purpose. It's not. But what you won't hear them say is they're furthering the purpose of the corporation they work for. They're 100% submissive. It's just not inside their home. So when the boss or the company says, do this thing, they do it. In fact, the reason why they climb corporate ladders the way they do is because they work so hard to be good at the job, to further along the mission of the job, that they keep getting promoted within the job because they're still furthering the job. They are doing everything they can to make that company more successful than it was. And they're trying to prove to that company that their time with that company is valuable. And they're doing this because they get a tangible monetary exchange. But it's still submission. Boss says do, they do. Boss says work overtime, they skip the kids' performances or games or concerts or cancel a family trip or dinner party or whatever. They still are. It's just not within their home. So when you say women aren't submissive anymore, it's not true. they're not submissive in their household because society has conditioned them to believe that their purpose is to a corporation instead of them understanding that the corporation that they're supposed to work for is their own. It's their household. The CEO is the husband. Well, the CEO is God. The husband's like the manager. And they're supposed to work to further that. But they don't. Because their allegiance is elsewhere. So, no, it's not that they aren't. It's just not within the context that it should be. They're not submissive to their home. They still are. It's just inappropriately placed.